when I do tarp, I always ask for help. And shipping and receivers are always willing to help me out. And I call it the cripple kid exemption, just because they see that I'm in a wheelchair, they immediately jump and say, "Oh, can I help you?" It's like, first off, if I'm chaining or strapping, please don't bother me. I have a way of doing things. You trying to help me is just going to slow me down. But when it comes to tarps and stuff, that's definitely one thing that I will ask for help, because I can't pick them up myself.
It's amazing. You're a big one. Yeah. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Your videos are definitely inspiring.
Yeah, that is, and it's a rare thing that, you know, hearing you be considerate of others, you know, as a rare thing out here. So I commend you on that as well.
I appreciate it. You know, we all have to help each other out. There are definitely people who are having a worse day than you are, and it's always best to use help. I love the old school drivers. They'll pull over and help you change a tire if you blow a tire on the side of the road. These new guys, they're coming from the cities. They're like, no.
Yes, I agree with that. And I actually have a story with that, if I may add.
Sure, go ahead. By the way, everybody, thank you for sharing. We really appreciate it. Let's see, real quick. C. Brown, do you have any final words real quick? We got a lot of people trying to come in, so we're going to rotate. Do you have any last thing you'd like to say?
Well, I wanted to talk about a couple things that I've been hearing. So I've been hearing in the industry through people testifying at the FMCSA and, you know, these meetings and everything. They're talking about topics, but are they really talking about the important topic, relinquish freedom for us, or are they just talking about topic that where be convenient instead of what driver, you know, or the, you know, other stuff. They want, you know, they want to get rid of, they want to get rid of that are controlling and trying to dominate. Don't just want where we need to go, but we need the government on our backs. And it seems like these guys talking about you know, making up time. It's that they never sit in their truck in their life and saying that they listen. We wanted these e-logs, and we wanted pressure to back the insurance companies off. This $2 million coverage, in my opinion, is a capital BS type of thing, and it's going to screw us.
So I bet all of us could probably chime in on this on the panel on this one.
Yeah, that's a broad statement. Go ahead, John.
At least take the honors on this one.
Sure.
Right?
Go ahead.
So when we're doing the research and looking, right, they like to throw so much at you, right? If you don't know what way to look or what way to come, how are you going to dig in and say, hey, you know what? How do you focus on just logbooks? How do you focus on this when they throw 3,000 things at you, right? And I think it's by design, because you can't just focus on one thing. You have to focus on every piece of the pie to make it work, because if not, it's going to pass. Most of the guys that kind of give us a little bit of ridicule here, because they're like, hey, are you autonomous? Are you working on trials? Are you doing this? And it's like, it all has a place in there. It's just, how do you separate, what's important right now, what's more important here? How do you bring new topics to kind of get it? So our demo is in our roundtable. The search, let's do the opposite. Do us, right? We start saying, all the things they throw at us, our industry is going to start throwing back at you and say, hey, did you guys regulate this right? Why do we have safety triangles in the industry that are not up to holding standards? Why do you allow in China or overseas triangles come into our industry at a cheaper rate? But it's hurting the motoring public, the safety. We have MOSFLEX effects that a triangle is designed to take and throw out in front of a car, and it'll actually stop them to say, hey, you know what? The fixation off. So these things, we got to start going, all right, let's start doing research on one thing and giving it back to them. They're not going to listen, but I guarantee you the media, the public outcry is going to listen when their family's life at danger moving up and down the road because we have triangles that don't reflect right? And that's just one of the pieces of the puzzle, right? We were talking about, we haven't even investigated. If the triangles are not up to standard, our straps up to standards, our chains up to standard. Who's testing these things? Who's testing them? Because we're supposed to regulate them, ain't testing them for us. So these are things that we have to look at, right? And as an industry as a whole, the more research that we have, the more that we build it and put it all in one spot where we all can sit there and go, okay, here's this. Let's talk about change. Let's talk about trying tomorrow. About to build America to us.
And John, hang on one sec, Wood. Brown, thanks for coming in, brother. If you want to come back out in rotation after all these things, right back in line, okay? But thanks for coming up, man. Just piggyback off. Yep, thank you. Go ahead. I'm sorry. What was your name again?
Just one thing to
Go ahead. Wesley. Oh, go ahead, Wesley.
So one thing I literally just saw today, like, would ask me, and they were asking what PE is with the FMCSA. It requires people due to the physical limitations, ambulance, or anything like that. You have to have equipment. You have to have a certification stating that you use that. It's physical without my wheel. Still legally allowed to use in somebody who's a full time. It just doesn't make sense.
It's with them, and here's why. We have no CSA. That's what we keep preaching to people is instead of focusing on the government, our energy on being brothers and uniting, and we tell them what the rules are. You know, somebody with 20, 30 experience, the driver, those are the men and women that should be making the laws and the rules, not us. I mean, I'm sorry, not natives that have been doing insurance their whole life. So we don't focus all our energy on the government anymore. We focus on waking and focus people to good that we need. Wood, welcome in, brother. You get 3 minutes. We're going to be minutes today per person for sure. Go ahead, Wood.
No, I'm good. I was disagreeing with Sean.
Oh, okay. All right. You got nothing else you want to bring up or say, or I can get to what your ETA if you're done. Yeah.
Don't worry.
Right on, brother. Yeah.
We'll rotate you back in. Trust the topics we're talking about today that you'll.
Yeah. All right, brother. Come back. Really, minutes. If you want to come back, you're more than welcome to get. How you don't see? Where's he at?
Oh. And
to get fight. Our brothers, sisters, mothers, sons, daughters into this fight along with us to fight against autonomous. It's not just going to take truck drivers, it's going to take everybody, because just focus on autonomy in the trucking industry, we're going to lose, because autonomy is going to present itself as convenience to warehouses and desk jobs alike. And then it's going to take over trucking no matter what we do. So if we could get our entire family and friend groups involved in this autonomy, and I will say this, it's going to present itself to the public, and it's going to present itself as selling them a fear or selling them convenience that they need. They're going to sell economy as we can get there faster, we can get it there with less fuel, we get it there with less accidents. They're trying to sell the American public a dream that we know is not true. And our job is, although we want to play the game, we have to play it with the crooked players. We cannot play this game straight down the middle by the rule book with individuals as far as politics and millionaires and billionaires who are playing this game crooked. We have to sell the public the fear that we know is a fact. You do not want your family, friends, daughters, sons out here on the road with a robot going down the interstate that cannot make a human decision to save a life, to just do any malfunction. You do not want a robot to be in the hands of making sure your family member make it back home. So in order for us to have a foot in the fight, we have to sell them the fear that we know is real. We want humans behind the wheel. Although humans make mistakes, as far as us being truck drivers, no matter how many times we, and I say this as just a general statement, no matter how many times we participate in the unaliving of somebody, nobody really calculates and keeps tally of the times we have saved lives behind the wheel of these trucks by the decisions to make every single day. They only calculate how many times we have been in an accident or we've unalived somebody, but on a daily basis, us as truck drivers know that we can, it's hundreds of times per shift where we save people lives by our choice to hit the brake, swerve, slow down, merge lanes, not go this direction. And a robot is not going to make any type of human decision.
Held accountable, right? Sorry to interrupt you, but
We are held accountable.
a machine, they're trying to make it, they're not held accountable. That's the problem.
Yes, 100%. I know I was speaking with Sean about how they were talking about how the owners of autonomous vehicles were not be accountable or for accidents that happen with their vehicles. But when it comes to us as humans with CDLs, everything is DLT recordable. So
Absolutely.
you as a family, yeah, the ice life, on a lottery, but this island, to family.
wanted to ask him because so many of these bathrooms now are handicap accessible, right? We can all agree on that, whether they're in a truck stop or in a grocery store or whatever, and that's fine. What I have a problem with is that they got the rail in there, and then the toilet paper dispenser seems to be down by my ankle, right? I realize the rail needs to be there to help somebody get up off the toilet. I get that shit. But what who's measuring this? And why does the toilet paper have to be
That's great.
hard, man. It's us to get to for anybody, and it's just like, why can't we put it higher?
So
I agree with you. That's fine.
I mean, the American with Disability Act's been around since I was a kid, 1975 or 4, I think it was when it got passed. So, we've made all these things better, but a guy like me, I'm 60 years old. I go into a shower at a truck stop, and it's a handicapped shower. Well, that doesn't work for me because I'm 6'2". I'm still 6'2". Get out of chairs, and I get all that. But just actually being in a lot of places I can't shower at because the either don't will shower or the line is just long. That we've do is people because I've got my wife. I take one shower together, and they have stuff like that. It's when convenient for her, convenient, but what a truck stop should really transition on the floor so that a wheelchair can clear and it's for us even half the time I necessarily because I off my wheelchair and my stuff's always dusty. It's like my wheelchair, So it's not super necessary for the ADA showers necessarily. But we need to make things comfortable. If we love things, just walking wheelchair drivers are either day cab drivers or they're regionals that get to go home once a week. We all smell. We all pretty bad, but every shower. The rest for it's not it's a folding chair. And these are for grandma. Exactly. So in that water, it's all rusty. It doesn't. It's in the corner. I mean, nobody's apparently yay it's ever or ever had handicap or I don't understand
This is the problem.
I'm all for it, but I don't understand. It's a huge problem. It's a huge problem in this country.
Well, but like even them saying, "Oh, this truck stop's handicap accessible." Like, yeah, there's a wheelchair ramp, the door is wide enough, but they stack shit in front of the door, so I can't get through. So it's like it's not handicap accessible, and it's because they don't see enough hammers there that they need to make it accessible. And I'm going to kind of go a little tangent here because I think that this is important. Actively trying to start an organization to help disabled members of society obtain a CDL, obtain adaptive equipment or finances where they need it.
Awesome.
There are a lot of people out there that are handicapped that need help that are just not getting it.
I think that's awesome.
Put that on your page. I've been following you for a minute, and I've always wanted to ask you what your take was on something. Be able to make it. And look, at 60 years old, I don't have the greatest knees in the world, so I need those bars in the toilet. Look, I get that. And sometimes I need the bar in the shower. I get that too. But like you said, make it non-transitional or to where it all goes towards the drain in the shower. Make it accessible for everybody, not just that handicap driver.
Not only that, but why are the toilets so small?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and two, like, why are all the stalls so frickin' small? It's like they got one handicap stall that's way bigger than I even need being in a wheelchair. They've got a second handicap stall that just has the bars that I can't fit in, and then they've got 6 or 7 stalls that nobody fits in. So it's like, why not get rid of one of them and increase the size of all of them?
And then answer me this: how come? And I'll just pick one out. Just one big major truck stop chain. They got good. They're all. Why isn't that by the door or by the sinks or something different? We keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. It's going to be not in the wheelchair. That's
Yeah, a lot of times,
I have to go through everybody.
a lot of the time, bathroom. Did you guys know? Can you hear me?
well.
Toilets, right? There's one handicap stall, and then the guy out of the handicap stall just didn't want to wait for the 9 to open up the handicap stall. How many times did we're perfectly healthy guy? She doesn't want to wait, you know.
Time to go because they just either just it's a one or I'm not going to wait. There's always a little bit, except for the
Even properly.
There's the ball that they put in there.
I was going to say properly. Right. I mean, when I go into the truck stop, they're all just don't say handicap on them, right?
Right.
You know, so that's the other thing too. Might just have a problem that people don't. That one doesn't.
You got to be.
Wait.
I got to get a wheelchair.
Can't read road signs. So, yeah.
Saying though, like. Here's the problem, though, right? This is where it goes to do research, right? We have to go off of factual. So it's supposed to be, over, handicap part of it, right? There's in placing, putting the signs on. If they're not doing their trade, people that regulating. And say, hey, you know what? I know we have our opinions and our feelings. in the day, if it doesn't have a sticker on it, what says it's handicapped, right? Other than that, yeah, we know that's a big stall, right?
I have a comment.
Exactly.
Let's just shut up, stupid.
Hey guys, what's your ETA had a question real quick, and then we're gonna get to truck.
Comment on that. As far as handicap stall go, what I try to do, even though sometimes we like our voices isn't the loves that I'm currently at, operation manager that is on duty at the time. So what I try to do is I try to really opinion on these in general to him, to hopefully that he hears it. And I say it so often because the gentleman, this is what I use for home time, and along with handicap when it comes to the bathroom is, hey, what are we supposed to do if, like, for a lot of times I brought her out on the road. What am I supposed to do as a father when it comes to my daughter in the restroom? Do I take her into the restroom? Do I take her into the luckily, and I could just say, hey, I was take my because I don't have unisex bathrooms need. So it's like if they're really focused, it's patrons that they attend to, general public, general motor public, or truck drivers. We need to keep voicing that opinions. We need to utilize things like Google reviews and reviews on their websites and calling in and leaving voice messages or complaints or concerns about these truck stops and travel centers to where they will fix these things. Hey, daughters, or if there's women, a lot of sons, and they can take their children to the bathroom. Me, I refuse to let my daughter go into a men's restroom and use the bathroom. We look, but luckily I'm able to use showers in the means available. So it's right now, I say, I know you're the operation manager, and I know that there's people above. If I could just keep putting this in your ear, add a different bathroom, add the shot, turn one of the hours into a unisex bathroom. And so it's like things like this with handicap. It's like Sean was saying, placards is a signage is huge. Hey, leave is available for handicap truck drivers. And one thing I say about handicap for the trucking industry is not a lot of people are educated on the fact that handicap doesn't mean ineligible to have a CDL or
Right.
they're not educated on they're not educated on certain handicaps don't mean that you cannot operate a vehicle or just do trucking in general. And I feel like it's an education barrier, it's a sinus barrier, and it's a chain of command barrier where going to truck stops and we might be talking to the people that's at hand that we have in front of us, but 9 times out of 10, they're not in control of making a difference. So in order to get to the people who can make a difference, you just got to keep complaining, got to keep putting in those comments and those concerns on their websites and calling their corporate, hey, we need this, we need this, this is an issue. Can you say your foot can be heard, it's the right person. We might feel like at times our voice is heard, but if I could encourage people to just keep telling them to resolve it.
So I've got a few things to say on that. I agree with you that they need to put in unisex bathrooms, but not only that, they need to make a bathroom that's dedicated for disabled or family. But they get it where it's easily accessible. And I've got something that happened today. I stepped a packing at travel center in New Mexico, and I can't fit in the men's room. I don't even get into the men's room but right next to the men's room is the family bathroom, and you have to ask for a key. And the staff was absolutely livid with me with the fact that I had to ask for a key to get into the
Wow.
bathroom. They're like, well, there's a men's room. It's like, I can't get in the men's room. I need to get into this other bathroom because I don't fit. Why should I, as a disabled person, have to go out of my way to ask for a key just so that I can go to the bathroom? That's ridiculous. That kind of stuff needs to change, but maybe not putting a family or handicap accessible bathroom next to all the other bathrooms, because we know what's going to happen with that. Other people are going to use it. Put it near the counter where it can be monitored a little bit closer. That would make more sense. I know that there's staff bathrooms that they don't have to use the main bathrooms there in a lot of truck stops. Maybe make that inaccessible for people who have kids with them that they don't want to bring into the wrong bathroom. And I agree with you. Don't ever bring your daughter into the men's room. When you can, try to make sure, ask the staff. I know people have done it. You can ask the staff to block off the bathroom for a few minutes so that your child can go in with you. It's just, you got to be cognizant of what you're doing. And, you're a great dad for doing what you do, bringing your kid with you. I wish I could bring my kid with me, but as you can see, I don't have a top bunk. So I got a passenger with me at all times. But I do agree with you. They need to figure out some way to make things more accessible for people in different situations where people aren't going to be feeling uncomfortable. And, transgenders don't feel comfortable going into the, a bathroom, like a female going into that identifies as male might not have an issue going into the men's room, and nobody's going to bat an eye. But a guy saying he's a girl going to the women's room, that makes a lot of people uncomfortable. So having a bathroom that's specifically for people who are going to be either uncomfortable or make other people uncomfortable or just need the extra room due to disability, we need to have something for those people.
Right. Absolutely. Trucking City Media, Bossman, welcome in. Did you have a question for Wesley, or let's see where he's at?
I've enjoyed the conversation so far. I'm surprised that, with all this discussion going on about ADA, is that records inside those walls. I mean, yeah, you do the math, you figure it out. If you're somebody that basically that's common sense, you can figure out the are for wheelchair accessible, but it's young man pointed out all those access wheelchairs. The other day I was starting the conversation. They're real, these trucks, especially their contemporary ones, your PAs, your low, these access codes to be if it's a person that, like yourself, has a handicap, you just get on your cell, type the code, and boom, you don't have to worry about their staff. If you see not a shower, but a handy set aside bathroom that's big enough for your wheelchair, have be a code lock on it that you can use your cell phone access in your phone. You can mess with the phone, especially designed.
That's the thing that you can't hear. She said, "What about family room?" Yeah, that is for a parent with a child, right? You don't use that. I mean, unless just for a guy, I've done it. It's completely empty in air or something. Yeah, I'll use it. I don't know. Stuff. I always, whenever I take my kids, I'm always using a shout. I do not let my daughter to myself. I do not let boys do when boys were children at a truck stop 2 miles away from home. Why would anybody, parent in their right mind, even turn their head for a second? Actually, anywhere in the United States, parent today, we were talking about this on exactly how park lately, walking about the park. It's Saturday, kids are playing in the park. Why? Focus on the They're all staring at 10% of parents, and I'll sit there and I'll see how long it takes. You know, it's like 3 or 4 minutes before the parents' eyes come up to lock, where is my child? What can happen in 3 or 4 minutes with your child at a playground, especially if you're next to a highway or something? Forget about it. And if anybody thinks these flock cameras are going to keep us safer or keep your children safe, they can't even find kids right now. It's dark, right? So don't trust flock cameras. Don't expect that anybody's going to keep your child safe except for you. You're the, just like in your own home.
Has made so many things wrong.
It's just like in your home, you know, everybody relies, a lot of people rely on the police to protect them in their home. Oh, all I got to do is call 911. What do I need? A pew pew. Okay, well, that's great. What about 3 minutes after take a police officer to get to your house? And does that police officer love your family, your wife, the way you love your wife? Gambling. I don't know. I'm not going to gamble like my wife. It is my responsibility to defend my family's life, not law enforcement. Nor do I trust them for the first place. Even at that, it's my responsibility. So, right, right. Train, train, train. That's right. Train. I really respect the way you are rolling. I thought I was a badass with having 20 years ago. My back was in a car accident, and I had to settle rods in my two vertebrae, and it. Every day I was, you know, that in my life for like 2 years. I didn't even know what a painkiller was. It was a narcotic until the doctor told me to take it. It was medicine, right? And then I needed more and I needed more. And then, you know, you all heard the story, right? And I realized this isn't going to work. I have to just mind over matter through the pain. And you know what the weird role happened? But literally the last 20 years, I go see a doctor once a year. And they tell me the same thing every year. They say, why don't you get disability? They are trying to encourage.
From the military. I broke my back 4 times.
Oh,
3 out of the 4 I can't go to the hospital immediately. The time I broke my back, I had my hip and walked on it for 2 months. In excruciating pain, in training. The second time I broke my back was the first time that I was got hit by a Humvee. I didn't even know I broke my back till weeks later.
dude. Oh, my goodness.
But I have never, ever taken painkillers.
Smart. Yeah. I would say under a hospital 2 weeks.
Don't do drugs.
That's good. I would advise anybody under you know, or whatever, you're in the hospital for a week. Yeah. For 3, 4 days after, sure, of course you need it. But after that, it is so much better just to tough over matter and just, and I mean, my back hurts every day, man. But the surprising thing is, why are the doctors telling me to go on Social Security disability? And I say the same thing every year. I look right at them and I say, well, I say, I don't want to be part of the problem. I want to be part of the solution. How would all of you like to pay me, you know, $5,000, $6,000 a month, even though I can work? How would you guys like to pay more in taxes to pay for my family? Is that your responsibility, my children? No.
So, funny story. I had a guy comment on my Facebook post that he was like, people in wheelchairs shouldn't be allowed to work and whatnot. It's like, okay, are you going to pay my bills?
Right. Right.
It's like, I have a full pension and I still have to be out here working because I have shit I got to pay for.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. My dad was 100% disabled in Vietnam. He had a lot of issues. He actually just passed away 2 months ago from age. And so I know all about that. Thank you. He just meant he could not on a job. The mental to him immensely, man. He couldn't heard story. It's awesome. If you're watching right now, this the Calvary. I encourage you to video support him. Watch brother in the F and get credit for it. Comment. He has a pretty incredible story. Please go follow each other. Thank you for the likes. Share. This was social media is us to all build a community. We more than to not that shoulder to shoulder against the government, the global elites, the corporate giants. I know it sounds cliche. It's true. We, the people, have Donald Trump and tricked us into thinking we have no power and we're not special, we're not powerful by only being one person. But that's not true. That can cover millions of people, just like rolling with the Calvary with his videos. So it's very encouraging. And plus views. So that is awesome. Are you on YouTube, Facebook, and all that too? Instagram, X.
YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, we're on everything. Although the only one that is different is my Facebook page. It is my company page, Cavalry Trucking.
Okay.
I think we're sitting at 3 million views on one video.
Wow, man, that is. I have to go give you a follow on us. Yeah. Go ahead, and then we'll get.
History. I know she's been sitting up on 10 minutes, so I was gonna give her a couple. Let her say something,
Perfect. Thank you, John. See, we keep each other in check. Trucking history. Welcome in. How are you?
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I know swimming gets off when you can't just. But anyway, if you need any support or any help with what you're trying to get to SPE and the help, I've actually helped 3 guys navigate the SPE process. I also hold the certification, and it can be not because of getting the certification for a disability, but because of the held by FMTA and some of the regional offices. My regional office was great, actually helped me. Gentleman who had some regional office and would not, they will help him. And
I'm not disabled enough to qualify for an SPE.
Yeah.
Gaslighting.
Which is weird. The only thing, I had a spinal tumor. I have foot drop. That's all I have. I have to wear a brace, and compared to a lot of other people, I have needed 18 was took could not drive, and it took me 6 months because back. Go ahead.
That's actually one reason why me and my wife are starting an organization to try to help other disabled drivers, people who want to get into trucking, either obtain their CDL, adaptive equipment, or whatever they need. Because so many questions, and I'm actually talking to people even from Costa Rica who are like, "Hey, wheelchair, but there's $7,000. Can you help me out? I can help you get $1,000 here in the US." So the message,
That's awesome.
trying to help.
Awesome.
And do it just on the administrative side, but the paperwork, the process, because it be to the gentleman. So they had to go through the process of being a school that would accept that. They were need again, but anyway, so help any support if I could. So, just research.
My truck. I have all my trucks to go take the tested
Uh-huh.
because I have all the document. I don't live. I have permit, but I have permit pretty decent that they can afford. I mean, can't afford it. I can mark like five. I offer people that are like, I just need a truck to go to the school in and take in because they don't have one with hand control. Let me know when, and I can try to get out there to let you use my truck.
That's amazing. Thank you.
So Wesley, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm really bad at names. I never forget a phase me. I'm bad with names, bro. I'm horrible. Down in the comments says if you ever need help, been working on diesel for just also a vet here to help. I'm sure that contributed to you. And now the trucking history brought that up. I forgot to tell you. You know Wayne Campbell from Riverside at all? Wayne Campbell. Do you know who that is? No? Okay, when you get a chance, look up Wayne Campbell or the driver's side on Facebook. I think he's got like 400,000 or 500,000 followers. He traveled the country for about a year or two. They got that, and he's really big on fighting the FMCSA for like hearing impaired truck drivers that like have loss of hearing, serving you out or help you get better in the direction. He's an amazing guy. He's reachable. You might have to DM a couple times. Obviously, he gets a lot of DMs like you do too. You know what I'm saying? So you might have to spam his box to get his attention. And if you want, I have his personal phone number. I can ask him if you really want to talk to him. Ask him. I'm sure he'll say yes. Okay. I'll ask him.
If anybody wants to offer any kind of help, just directly message me. I get a lot of messages, but we respond to everybody who actually has a legitimate question and stuff. And some of the scammers.
Sure. Yeah.
Help other talk to you.
Okay.
We have Thorn in here. That's so at the top.
Oh yeah. Well. Hey, how's it going, Thorn? How are you? Before Thorn, though.
Just kind of cool off.
Nice. Wood was actually.
Just he'll slip in.
Okay. Wood, welcome back.
Just slip in. If you want to get this one.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Did you have anything to say? And you okay with him saying something real quick?
Yeah, I just you don't want to meet up. You're just for whatever y'all name.
Just hang out there. Go ahead.
I'm gonna give you a follow. Oh, no worries.
Just a long week in the sun. So my dealership was bought out in the beginning of the year for a TLG Peterbilt. If anybody,
No.
Peterbilts, because the customization of it is just the amount of trucks trucking I see just makes it worthwhile. But as someone that's dealing with a deteriorating spine, it's just I understand people that sacrifice a lot more than myself. That's why I've always tried to do as much as I can to anybody. That's why I'm here saying that if y'all have help, do you even have a stupid question like, hey, this dealership or this shop is trying to do this, does this make sense? I will answer it as honestly and as most accurate as possible.
Awesome. That's really cool. We appreciate that. I just had my upper and lower knock sensors done, right, for my one box. I had some Ukrainians out of Salt Lake. I wanted to give them a try because they're small mom and pop business. I do my best to try to give all small business my work first, my business first. And it was $1,400 out the door. A Freightliner dealership quoted me close to $6,000. So, you know, I understand everybody needs to make money, but dude, some of the get the bad out and keep the good in the industry. Is that's great. You're making today for the dealership, but put that man out of business. Why are you fixing things you don't need to fix? Just some of these shops are terrible. Call out the bad shops and talking. Some of them are just downright disgusting what they do.
And that because even as a dealership, my rate is $2.15 an hour. That's sickening to me. We're just saying most you owner operators, most truck drivers have to pay for repairs out of pocket. That's a lot of money. That's why I always tell it's our
Right.
We're not here to change tires. I'm here for when you need the answer to help out as much as I can. But be the most expert, no other options.
What state are you in?
I'm in South Georgia.
Okay. I primarily do my best in my work to Premier Truck Group, which is Freightliner in Salt Lake City, Utah. The reason I do that is because they give me the local rate, even though it's Reno, Nevada. I only go to them. I've built a relationship with them. They only fix what's broken. They tell me other things, but they don't. They explain everything really well. Like, and I wait a bit, or is it, you know what I mean? And they do a good job. They get me at me. They tell me how I'm going to be. Uh, they treat really, really good, but stops are just you 2 hours minimum for a notice, and I'm like, no, right? What you have to, you have to. Like if I have a check, I know what the code is. Just change it, but we have to do a 2 hour minimum diagnostic. Well, I don't want that. Just please, no, we can't do this. Like, ah, no. So, um, it,
I understand.
go ahead.
As well with this is, you know, there are customers that come in generic time. They have a give us a second, let us look at it. Tell exactly what we need. Sometimes it's more than one same time. Where customer has changed my they changed my AC. We just had this last week. Guy came and said, is because he's free out of change. It's a he's only in answer.
Oh.
There is diagnosis that needs to be the code. You might have an answer, but
Yeah.
we even if it like I work with Freightliners, we don't have software for international. My secret is if you have Appendix A, which is software looking at your ABS, it can tell you code across the whole truck. I can at least sit there. You know, depending on how the day's going and how everything's going, we usually don't charge for this. We'll look up to your truck and we'll go, hey, you know, our software is saying you have this and this wrong. You know, we could fix it. Or here's another look. We can get you along.
Right.
Brian
That's why I'm here doing what I do. Doing what I do.
We appreciate that. It's always good, honest mechanics, right? And build a relationship. I would advise everybody to ship with one mechanic dealership or mom and pop. If you, that's my experience ships, and I talk to everybody at the front counter and what I'm doing, my business a little bit. They tend to help a little bit. You build a relationship, the mechanics, you know. Like I said, they help me out because I only go to them. Me out many times. I mean, they've saved me a lot of money.
And I personally worked at a mom and pop shop. I've been turning professionally for 10 years. I was in the Army for years as a mechanic, and when I got out, I realized that knowledge didn't really transfer. Mechanic after I had to start as Luke. Now I'm a mobile tech. If you guys look at my profile, I am currently running boots. You know, I'm helping truckers keep on. I came from a mom and pop shop, and I sit there like earlier. There are some repairs that done things that are absolutely hazardous.
Sure.
We need to address it now. And I don't usually flex that. I don't usually sit there and say, hey, your truck has to stay in the shop and needs repair. Because most problems don't. I will sit there and I will provide a list. This is need to address soon. This is what you need to address now. And this is stuff you need to look to repair.
Right.
This is stuff that's going to cause issues within the next year. There's dumb things like the back panel of your sleeper, that are starting to rot away, and isn't going to happen.
Right.
It's, you can rot like that on aluminum in extreme fast circumstance. You can wait and it'll eventually we
Right. So the beginning of, I would get really mad when certain things were broken, and I would think, oh, they're just lying to me. Nowadays, I'm happy when they find things. You know what I mean? When they're actually broken. I mean, you know what? I haven't had it for a couple at all, but paying a lot more attention, and I'm getting in control. I'm like, hey, let me see it and stuff like that. It goes a long way when mechanics are looking at other things. Just, if you're looking at one problem but you're also kind of eyeballing everything. I mean, you guys are big, but helps keep it safe. I've heard number stories of from mechanics that have told me a lot of drivers have come in there and had a cracked axle, or they've had something really wrong, and they came in for a brake job, right? They have a cracked axle, mechanic noticed it, mechanic told the driver or the small carrier, and the small carrier is like, oh, we can't afford that right now, or that $4,000 or $5,000, and they're actually going back on the road. Crazy, right? Because I've had a few times, I've had mechanic time let me know, because I don't get under my truck once a week. Once a week I get with my truck and I look in detail. Trip every day. Everybody should get under the truck. I think Sean does it, gets under his truck. That's a little too for me. Do it once a week, but
My own heads, I do everything mechanic wise. I don't. It's me. I always say, professional driver, you can't want your whole history of everything, the whole the moving parts. So like I step 34, 60, and you use not that technology kind of guy that wants to plug in a computer and let it tell me what it needs to be fixed. I always said that since we don't listen to the computer, but I mean, saying, hey, I want to do from start to finish, and most people these days they don't want to take that on. They just want to kind of steer the truck and get the delivery. Where I kind of wanted to know all of it.
And you sound like my best friend.
That's
Because,
awesome.
like, one of my biggest customers is Waste Management. We all know Waste Management. Waste Management is the biggest trash company in this nation. So I had to get called out there. Truck was in D-rate. I'm sitting there working on the EGR valve, and I look over to my left or right, and I notice the fuel line between the water separator and the low pressure pump was all cracked to hell. I called the manager out. I called their foreman out, and I said, "Hey, man, look at this fuel line. It's cracked up. You're going to have issues. You do not have to address it right now, but this will cause issues in a while because you're going to start sucking it. Going to screw with your pressure. Your instantly gets on the phone, fuel line right now. No, it's not a part. It had to take a few days because that prevented that issue from happening in the future. We got that. We have the hose being shipped in. They are going, now this truck is good.
What would you say your most common engine?
Is attempting to reach you. Nice.
Well then, hey, you better pick that phone up.
Yeah. Well, which one would you say they would?
It's more of D rates. It's
Uh,
a D rate broad spectrum, and it's mostly D rate due to lack of maintenance. A lot of people, change the oil, Guess what you're forgetting? It's fuel filters. Diesel is a dirty fuel. If you're not keeping up with those fuel filters, if you're not just looking at it and draining out water, your water separator, you're going to get derated because that engine can keep up with fuel pressure and not keep up with it. You're derated, and that's my biggest. That's what I see the most. Most of my, I got yep, that's good to hear. But most of them aren't related to fuels. Then after that, it's transmissions. These modern transmissions are using air to shift transmission. If there's any more in air from you not training your tanks or not changing that air fryer cartridge, you need to start having transmission issues because it's not going to want to shift into gear because it's seeing moisture as
hey,
the number 2 issue.
how often should we change our DPF filters? How often? How many miles would you say?
So your DPF, really, it's tough. You cannot say miles. You have to look at your DPF. You have to look at your after treatment as hours. It's if you
Dude.
have a lot of idle time. I have a buddy that's a truck driver. He doesn't have an APU. He has to idle a lot. He has to deal with it more than anybody else because he's sitting there idling that engine, and idling is just like a Lamborghini. Idling hurts. It's not good for you.
And if you're gonna idle, do the cruise control up, right? Up
Pumping
like
up does help, but it's not like here.
hang on, brother, one sec. Go ahead. What's that?
So, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. It's your turn. Go ahead. No, T-Thorn, go ahead. You can finish up.
So, idling up does help in some sense, but it does not fix the problem. Truly, the reason why they have these APU systems is to prevent that engine idling because of the amount of soot you're producing. Your DPF and your that first segment of your after treatment is catching that unburnt fuel. That's what soot is unburnt fuel.
Okay, so how many hours then? If you want to go hour-wise, how many hours?
The lowest I've seen is like 8,000, 9,000 hours. But that is on a truck that only sits there, and it's like a crane truck. It sits there and idles too much. The truck that I just worked on, that I just had to today, I just had to say needs a DPF baked, has 93,000 miles on it.
So the way I roll, that sounds like 3 years to me. Because I probably I probably idle, if we're talking twice, I mean, I have at least 3,500 days. I mean, I max out my clock, right? So I'd say on what, 70 hours times 4, that's 300 hours. I never idle my truck at night because I have a bunk heater and I just suffer in the summer. Or 300,000.
Suffering in the summer.
Yeah, if you have 12 grand to buy an APU, dude, I got a $1,200 generator, put it on the back of my catwalk. I got a $400 AC unit from Home Depot and I tried that. But then I got carbon dioxide coming in the truck, and no matter what I do, I can't stop it. And unless you have that air conditioner like on your face, it just doesn't keep the truck cold for some reason. It'll keep, at my house, when our home air conditioner was broken, we've gotten it fixed. But back 4 or 5 years ago when it was broken, there was like 2 years it took us to save up 15 grand, So we had those little home units. Yeah, 200 square foot bedroom, perfectly cold. But a 73 square foot, it's strange. It's either $12,000 nice or about it. Just
Yeah, it's what I always preach. Truck stops need to do better, guys out on the road. It's all the way down to keeping you cool, places to sleep at night. And even then, what I always promote, what I always bitch about is just like what we call telehealth for work at home. On the road doctors is basic support across the whole country for people that are all over the country.
right, right,
And that's where it comes in. The truck I'm talking about, it has 9,000 hours. It's a waste management truck. That guy's home every night. That 9,000 hours is actually on a 5-year-old truck.
wow. Well, no wonder. No wonder.
Yeah. It's a crane truck. So he's going to somebody's house. He's sitting there. He idles. He's running a PTO, picking up stuff off of a person's lawn. And I always bitch and I always preach. It's the same way as the fire department that I deal with. There
Right.
doesn't need to be this level of after treatment on this stuff. We're worrying too much about the minor issues of the situation that we're screwing over the bigger picture.
Right. Absolutely. Well,
I actually got in trouble when I worked at Kenworth. I got in trouble. I taught the fire department how to reset a soot level on their truck just so they could put it into a regen and not be in a D-rate. I got in trouble for it. And I'm sitting there like, you'd rather this truck be in a D-rate going 5 miles per hour than being at that house stopping a fucking fire? Sorry for swearing, but come on.
hey,
I mean,
wow.
there's a certain line that we are crossing with this emissions crap.
We are. I thought Trump was going to get rid of it. I was hoping. California, you have to smog 4 times now in California. Sorry, Sean. Go ahead.
There is a bill. There is a bill in the House right now that they are talking about making it to where any death related stuff can't hinder the vehicle, right? So it can be checked out. Now they're just trying to figure out like, okay, it needs to be checked out within 100 miles, 1,000 miles. Like, how are we going to do it so people are just not riding down the road with a caution light on? There's a little bit of we're trying to mend that work, Jack. Just because of cost, right? It should be sticking out above the cab 3 inches or higher. FMCSA rule. But we're finding out that these newer trucks, like the Volvos and the Freightliners, they actually cut it right behind. Somebody system or have a function system or whatever, the carbon monoxide, all the chemicals that are coming out of the exhaust, where they're in the cab, and you have a system that's working and it has zero. So we're trying to make it where they bring it out further, or just go back to above the roof. I mean, that's the bottom line. So that way, if something does happen, it fixes it. There's certain things we shouldn't be cheap on, right? So what's another $30-$40 to bring the exhaust up above the cab? So
You know, I'd be curious to see how many owner operators have gone out of business because of DPF issues, one box issues in general. How many? And I know that sounds silly, but with what we just went through over the last 2 years with the rates, you know, a lot of good people that know their CPM that do well couldn't save money. They were just trying to survive. In 2018, there were 2 million truck drivers. In 2019, there were 4 million. So it's not necessary.
People that know my story.
Go for it.
My story is back in 2017. I started driving for Landstar. I bought a 4-year-old Peterbilt 579, and for every part of 7 years, I didn't have an issue with that truck. And the last year, I started having issues with the derating. And the only reason I didn't make money that year, and I took a serious loss that year, was because of derate issues. Because first I went in for a knock sensor. Then I went in for a high pressure differential sensor. Then I went in for the opposite side, the back, the STR went. Then the DPF filter clogged up. So it was one thing after the other. All said and done, I had invested almost $13,000 into trying to fix the problem. Only to get down the road 2 weeks later, same problem. It would not get out of regen. Manufacturer finally gave me a recommendation to get my injectors redone. Problem is, in order to do that, you might as well do an overhead. You might as well overhaul the engine. And they were talking about over 30 grand. So I was like, nope, can't swing that. I sold the truck. So to your point, Vince, it's very easy for somebody that has bought their first truck like I did to get into that problem, not understand the nuances of actually looking ahead for your maintenance, saving your money, getting into that kind of hole.
Well,
doing exactly that.
well,
Out of business.
and we keep having representatives like Mike Bronze, the governor of Indiana, come up with little schemes and scams like adding a toll system to the Interstate 70 at 54 cents a mile when taxpayers already fixed the interstate. And now we're having to pay a toll to pay representatives through a lobbyist. Of course, it's just a gift, but it's off our back. And then to pay other third-party investors. So, and it just keeps happening. It's like, you know, if you really want to make a lot of money, just run for office. Lie to all your constituents and tell them what they want to hear. Get in office and then make a ton of money and retire. Piss everybody off because Americans are taught to just be good little boys and girls and don't do anything crazy. Just take it. Don't do anything.
You too can live the luxury life like the Pelosi's.
Right. Right. Inside trading, the whole nine.
Let me explain the after treatment system from a dealership tech. So, your EGR, which is kind of the first thing that came out, you're literally hooking a pipe up from your butt to your mouth and trying to run off your miles. Does that sound healthy? No. No, you're screwing yourself. When you take that intake off of an engine, if you learned anything about classic motors, if you have anything in that intake, when you take it off, it's wrong. Any type of buildup, any type of soot, you're wrong, right? Your intake should be clean until the day you take it off.
Right.
Well, now you've taken intakes off and it's covered in soot. It's not healthy for you. The EGR needs to go. It's not really doing anything but just keeping soot circulating soot, and it's building more soot.
Too many people have created scams. Mhm.
Your DPF system is the only system that's okay. I can explain that and I will get to that. Your farmers have animal pee that they have to sell to somebody. And they figured out animal pee can convert this diesel exhaust into some chemicals that don't sound so bad. But are they really that bad? Ammonia in the air. Ammonia gas. That sounds like what we used in World War I, right? Gas is good for you. Nowadays. Really thinking, how many asthmatic people do you know?
I have an idea. Let's figure out how to bottle air and sell it to people. Want to get rich? Let's do it. And then let's go pay a lobbyist to have law. You have to buy a month. Isn't there a cartoon about that? Bottle air.
I mean, about so we're out in California or something.
On a bro. Shop. TikTok shop.
Yes, I don't think that, but yeah,
They will. Don't talk about their agenda.
Yeah. Private platform. Remember, there's a lot of.
So,
Go ahead.
back to what I was saying. Your DPF system. If you can really think about your DPF system, and let me explain this from a guy that, I have to sit there and listen to these classes. I have to work on it and understand it. Your DPF system, those whole trucks that are rolling to nothing but black smoke. People complained that back in the day, we cannot see the Hollywood sign, and now we finally can. That black smoke is unburnt fuel, plain and simple. That is your fuel. You are putting more into that engine than it needs. Your DPF system is catching it and bringing it down to an ash. Yes, there's routine maintenance. You got to clean that ash out. There needs to be a better way. Get rid of the FCR, get rid of the EGR. Your DPF system is only catching unburnt fuel and reburning it.
Hey, will you run for Congress? Will you run for Congress in Nevada? I vote for you. Go to DC, get it passed, because we are sick and tired of it. Because it's costing middle.
It's what it takes.
Dude, it's costing small business and middle class families. Dude, I've spent so much money that I haven't been able to better the life of my family because of giving it to these people. It's not right.
I have friends that drive trucks, and I worked for mom and pop shops for people that had no money. I have sat here for years trying to figure out how to make these repairs to make it cost effective for drivers, and that's what sucks.
That's cool.
I'm just sitting there constantly trying to balance. This is what needs to be done, and this is how much it's going to cost them. And I'm not trying to kill this person because I'm trying to go home. They're trying to go home. We both have the same life at home. We have a house. We have families that we're trying to supply it for. And it just sucks because this is an industry that's getting so cornered that this is almost like factory workers back in the day. It's going to take uprising. It's what sucks. I hate to admit it, but it's going to take uprising. It's going to say, hey, we all need to team up and say we've had enough.
There it is.
We need people in Congress working for us that actually understand. Nobody for Trump is in places of power right now.
That's by design. You think Sam Graves?
Me that I might eventually get in trouble for.
What's that?
I think Congress and these politicians, it shouldn't be voted. It should be jury duty. As long as you're, a clean history, and that's a bendable statement. A clean history is very, flexible. What's clean to everybody? But I think it should be, hey, you and you are now politicians. You're going to be in Congress. You're going to be in, you need to go and represent the common people up in DC. I don't think it should be some corporate elite. It shouldn't be rich kids. It needs to be everyday people.
Amen.
Just some to represent our country.
That's what I say every day. Get a truck driver in the Senate. Get a nurse as a congresswoman. Get a teacher as a governor. Get, you know what I mean? A kindergarten teacher as the governor. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Get a cashier to go run for Congress. Like someone that loves America, someone that is a gold miner. That's fine. Just a bunch of different type of blue collar workers or mothers. How about a mother that raised 4 children for 30 years that did a great job, that loves America, that also wants to actually represent her people, right? Not what her bias is in her head and in her heart, but what it's like what John F. Kennedy said. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. So if you think like that, when you go run in office, right? You have to represent your people. So for example, even if I'm completely against DPF, if everybody in my district wants it and they think it's good, when I go to Washington, I need to express what my people want, not what Vince wants, because that doesn't matter. My people matter. The majority of the people, what they want, what they need matters. And we've lost that. We have lost our way with that altogether. And it needs to change. What you're saying right now, Thor, I've been saying that for years. Like, how can we just get rid of, take all the representatives and replace them with everyday Americans and watch everything change like that and get rid of lobbyists and create term limits for Congress and Senate. See how fast all of our lives get better and stop taking tax dollars, our tax dollars, and throwing them all over the world, right? Because our tax dollars are not going towards us.
That was the problem 60 years ago.
I know. That's how we got started. And we're not going to stop.
Like with me, I grew up in Central Connecticut. I was born on the border of New York. I grew up in Central Connecticut. I was in 5th grade when 9/11 happened. I remember getting sent home from school, and I remember looking from my house and seeing that smoke rise up in the sky.
Really? You saw it in person?
Not in person. I'm not going to sit here and say I saw it in person. I knew people that died because of it.
No, you saw smoke in person. You saw it.
You can see, yeah, from where I lived, you can see that haze. You can see it building up and covering part of our sky. Woke me. It was my, what I even call now, is my awakening moment. I watched the smoke. I joined the Army. I had to get away from Connecticut. Life wasn't that great. That's a different story.
Home life, family life. I get it.
Fruit of it is to get attacked on TV. I got sent home and I watched that smoke rise in the distance. And that's when I knew life wasn't so simple. And that's why I've always been a fighter. That's why I've always stand for it. If you're here to support, if you're here, that's what I'm here.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. As long as this country, you know what I mean? And it's 21 at the time. So mad. Like an hour after it happened, up all branches in the middle, you know, and every single one laughed. They're like, dude, we need people to, like, this just happened. Relax. But I did. I was ready to, that second, I was ready to, on the dotted line in the boot camp. I was so mad. Like, I'm sure it was. That was.
Even years later, I turned 18. It's the Ivy Cross, the American flag.
Wow.
Was my moment in life.
So,
Rich, it's powerful, and this is what we need to support because this is what's going to keep us alive.
we the people. We the people.
Yep. And that's why I say, if y'all want knowledge, if y'all want a big question, hey, my dad's like this, I'm here to answer it. But deep knowledge is what screws everybody.
Well, join us, man. Like you are. And I were going all over the country. We were put on Indiana, the Interstate 70 being told after taxpayer already paid for it. We go to DC every 4 to DC twice. We were in Portland last week, Portland, Oregon, with the safety triangle that did it for 40 years, which he just sold his shop. But we're finding that the ones that they're making right now aren't even DOT certified. They just stamp DOT quality on them, but they sell it. That's why they're cheaper than hell. They're not even technically legal. So we're looking into a lot of different things, and we need people. We need people to support us. WeTheTruckers.com. You know, there's a lot of advocates on there. I hand it out every time I take a shower. I just started this week, but every time I take a shower at the truck stop, I'm handing out at least 25 business cards before I go take a shower and just talking to truck drivers and just telling them, hey, we're building a brotherhood, a sisterhood similar to the 70s. Join us. Because that, instead of complaining, let's have action behind our words. Because that's the only way it's going to get done is through numbers. Dude, we don't have millions of dollars to, pastime taught me this. You either need billions of dollars, right? Millions of dollars to pay lobbyists to get what you want, or you need numbers. I don't know about y'all. I don't have millions of dollars. So The only thing that's going to work is rallying everybody up and joining together. And it's always been that way, right? It's our fault we got this bad. We haven't been involved in how long? A lot of people. Me, I've been blind for decades. I've been like, oh, somebody else will fix it. Somebody else will fix it. No, nobody's going to fix it. Get off your ass and fix it yourself. It's going to take all of us to fix this. We did nothing for years. Go ahead.
Businesses like Amazon, businesses like Walmart have turned people blind to what really moves the product around the country. Like now people think, oh, the product coming to me is that little van showing up at my front door, dropping off a box every day.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
not it. There's more to this that van.
If we could learn patience, that would be great. Well,
If you can send me those stickers, I will promote it from this end because I'm on the side of I'm on 75. Where I live is right on Route 75. I'm right on the Florida border between Atlanta and Orlando.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
here. This is the type of message I've always preached for years now, and I'm for it.
awesome. We will help promote your business. It sounds like you're a good, honest, decent business owner, so we will definitely promote that. Thank you for coming up, everyone. We're gonna start shutting down the live. So last words for everybody. And we got a few drivers that we need to get to. Thornton, any last words, brother, that you'd like to say before we get going?
Me personally,
Yeah.
I'm ready for bed. I spent a week in the sun. I am cooked. I am sunburned when I came home today. I am almost blistering. So
Aloe vera.
I'm here for y'all. I'm here to keep you rolling. If
Awesome.
it comes down to just stupid general questions, give me a follow, shoot me a message, and I will be there to answer. I might not answer right away because there's
Awesome.
people here and now in my life that I got to keep rolling, but I'm here for keeping this country going as a society and spreading the knowledge.
Awesome. Thank you, brother. We appreciate you coming up. Come back and see us, okay? See you later. Pork chop, thank you for the heart, man. I really appreciate it. Everybody that's in here, thank you so much for the likes, the comments, the shares, coming up and speaking. You are super brave. I know it's not always easy to come up and talk, so thank you. God bless you for coming up and talking. This is what we need, right? A brotherhood, sisterhood. Past time for a change. Welcome in. What's going on, brother? Let's see if he has reception today.
Oh, it's just one of those days. I've been at work since 2 o'clock. And it's 8 o'clock now, and I haven't even left the yard. And now I'm just shutting it all down because after they fixed one thing, one other thing went wrong, and I've been through 4 trucks today, and I'm just done. I'm going home.
Awesome. All right. So you're just
That's why I'm so late because I'm finished. I'm good.
one of those weeks. One of those weeks. I know. I'm tired too, man. I'm tired, bro. I'm ready for some change, some real change. You know, past time for a change. Some.
That takes unity, bro. That takes unity. Without unity, we're all just screaming in the streets.
That's right. That's right. Exactly. All right, brother.
We've got to get people that are actually willing to do the work. I mean, get out of the truck, go talk to people, let them know we're here, let them know we're doing things. I mean, I'm not overly liked, but I don't care. I'm not here to be liked.
So yesterday I got out of the truck. I handed out 25 business cards, talked to drivers, pumped them up. I was super motivated, positive, happy. A couple guys were pissed off and didn't even want the business card. And then after I talked to them, they were smiling and they took the business card. So I think that's what it's going to take is all of us just being super pumped up and energetic and giving hope, letting people know, hey, there is hope if you get involved, you know. I think that's what it's going to take. Anyway, thanks for coming up, brother.
I know, Vince. I came into your live yesterday, but I was driving around Portland yesterday, so I couldn't do much. I actually moved my brother from Utah to Portland, and
Oh,
that's
man.
what I was actually doing was driving the U-Haul around.
That's fun.
In and out.
Nice. funny.
The people bad luck, I ain't got no love.
That's right. Well, keep the shiny side up, and we'll see you on the next one. All right? All right, brother. All right. Later. All right, bye. Oh, child, welcome in. How are you? Long time no see.
Doing good. How's everybody?
This was a pretty good life.
I would like to ask a question. Maybe you can do it. I also see JFK. And when I hear somebody quote JFK, you know, JFK made that statement. He wanted to keep marching people into Vietnam. But what I want to say is, what more can we give this country? The people have given everything that they had to give. We get nothing in return. We have good food. We don't barely keep shelter. I mean, it just go on and on.
Yep.
Some of us had to give this country, and all the rich do is take, and they give us their behind and kiss. We have nothing else to give. I'm sorry, man, and this is just my point of view. But we
It's okay.
have nothing else to give.
It's okay. You know who I'm talking about. So for the record, when I'm talking about our country, I'm talking about the United States of America. I am not talking about any branches of the government, and I am not talking about the United States territory. I'm talking about you, wild child. I'm talking about John. I'm talking about the 349 million Americans actually run the country. About the global elites. I'm not talking about the corporate giants, because you're right. I'm disgusted with them. And I'm sick and tired of 10,000 people ruling like gods they think they are over all of us. We should all, truck drivers should be making 400,000 a year. I know that sounds crazy, but it's not. Look at inflation went up 30%. Oreo cookies are up 30%, but you can't give truck drivers a raise. You can't give the employees that make Oreo cookies a raise. You can't give nurses a living wage increase, but you can go up on inflation. All they're doing is stealing all our wealth. They're trying to steal our properties. They're trying to steal our savings account, our 401ks. You know how many friends I have, wild child, that have just cashed out their 401ks just to survive, just to keep paying their bills so they don't lose their house. And what boggles my mind is before you pull out your 401k to save your house, right then and there, don't you see a problem? Why not just stop everything and fight for what you do have? Because if you're losing slowly, if you're losing everything anyway, what do you have to lose? I see 5 years from now, I see my house gone. I see, well, I'm not going to even be able to afford my mortgage if inflation keeps going up. And it does. And everybody's walking on each other, trying to stay on top. Am I wrong? The dealerships, I mean, they're doing the same thing. It's not like anybody's really doing, they're going up on the rates to stay in business. So what does that do to all of us? So that's what I mean.
Man, why should Americans lose anything?
Exactly.
We give, man. You know, some people can't afford to even put anything in a 401k. I mean, man, we're here. It's supposed to be the greatest country in the world, and we're struggling. We're dying, unaliving. I'm sorry. We're sick. We're being experimented on. I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
Yes.
Is it the people's turn?
When they rise up,
We get what we deserve.
when
You don't hesitate to take my tax dollars, but you living your best life. I'm putting your kids and your grandkids through college. I can't even send my own. You can go to the hospital and get the best health care known to mankind. I can't even walk through the emergency door. When does it stop? You sitting back eating prime rib and the best of everything, and you're feeding us garbage with so many chemicals and this, that, and the other in it, just to see how long we'll last.
Yep.
When is it the people's turn?
Exactly.
And with that, man, I land my plane. I thank you for letting me rant. But at the end of the day, man, it's got to be about the people.
Yes.
It's got to be about the people.
Yes.
You want unity? It's got to take a collective. Not just certain individuals. You got to have everybody.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's going to take.
To listen to each other. You got to be willing to talk to each other. You cannot have too many leaders and not enough followers. You have to be willing to be that one to fall back and listen to others' opinions. And come together and figure out a way to get this done. We ain't getting no younger, man. And this thing is falling quicker than you done stepped in quicksand.
Yep.
And sooner or later, man, we all gonna find ourselves standing around looking at each other like, how did we even get here? You gotta pay attention to what these folks are doing. They're showing you one hand when they hiding the other.
Right.
And I'm sorry, man, but the truth is the truth.
No, don't be sorry. You said it spot on.
We put them in office and all this other stuff. They promise this and they promise that. The moment they get into office, they're being told by their elders, you're gonna do it my way or you're not gonna be here. You don't come in here trying to be for the people. You're going to do it our way, and everything will be fine. Well, darn all that, man. I'm for the people. It was the people that put me here, not you. So let me stand up for the people who put me here.
Bingo. Bingo.
And with that, man, y'all have a great night. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Wild Child. No, it's okay.
Some of us, man, are beyond sick and tired. We can't go no more. A lot of us has been dealt
We got kids dying in
unfavored
the streets,
hand.
but we're paying for the freaking government's Viagra.
I mean, it just don't make no sense, man. We make excuses for these people that's doing wrongdoings. We give them passes and this, that, and the other. But we crucify the ones who look just like us in the streets. But you give them billionaires passes on their behavior.
Yep.
No, man, we can't keep doing it.
Yep.
You want to hold an ordinary American citizen accountable, you got to hold them accountable too.
Nobody's above the law.
Judges turning their blind eye and letting these people get away with all kinds of crimes and this, that, and the other. But the moment you do something wrong, you in trouble.
Absolutely. I'm with you 100%. 100%. The people. We, the people, run this country, not the government. The government, we choose our representatives to represent us, but none of them are representing us right now. None of them. They just lie to us to get in office, and then they do whatever the globalists say, or the corporate giants say, or rich families say, and they take gifts, right? We won't call it a bribe because it's a gift, right? To get what they want, to make their life better. And I personally don't know how they do it. How could you sleep at night? I could never in a million years would I be able to sleep at night if I sold out the American people to make my wife and my kids and my grandkids have a comfortable life the rest of their life. I truly could not do it. I wouldn't be able to sleep. I'd become an alcoholic. I would hate myself. I would. So how are they able to get up in the morning and look at themselves in the mirror when they were told in their district what to go to DC to fight for, but they don't do it? They listen to one globalist, or they listen to one billionaire, or they listen to somebody somehow to benefit themselves only. I don't know how they do it. I don't even have faith. Like, I'm going to vote soon for the midterms, but I don't have faith. I think all candidates are already picked, played for, paid for, played for. I don't think there's any representatives that will truly fight for us. So I don't know what the answer is. The only thing I can think of, Wild Child, is, and I don't know how to do this, completely change every representative that is out there and put a teacher in office, put put a grocery clerk in office, put a hamburger cook in office. You know what I mean? Just go around everyday people, a truck driver, put a truck driver as a senator. You know what I mean? Just everyday people. Get rid of lobbyists altogether. I think then we'd see a huge change. Middle class Americans, average Americans that work their ass off, put them in office because they do know what the American people want. Am I right? They know what it is to struggle. They know what it is. Do I pay my car payment or do I pay my mortgage? Which one do I pay this month? Especially the last like 4 years, 6 years, you know. So I don't know, man. You're right. It's going to take all of us. It's going to take all of us. That's what we're doing. Trying to show people, hey, there is hope in unity. There is hope if we do this together. But if you just keep sitting around and you want this guy or that woman or that you want someone to save you, that does not exist. And it took me years to swallow that pill because I kept thinking for years, oh, someone's going to change it. Yeah, things are pretty bad, but you know what? Somebody's got to do something. Somebody's going to do something eventually. No, they're not. It's you. You're the guy. You're the woman. It's you that has to fix it. So when I look in the mirror, I have to be a part of who fixes it. When all of you look in the mirror, we have to fix it together. That's the only way it's going to work. So we either fail together or we win together. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? You know? Wild Child, thanks for coming in, brother. We're going to get going. So you have a great day and thank you for that. I'm going to clip some of that actually. That was really good what you said.
Say, man, thanks for having me.
All right, man.
God
God bless.
What he said.
Did you?
What he said. I got it wrote down on a piece of paper. What he was saying, I was saying it right behind him. I was just on mute.
Hello, Mr. Pat St. Jack of Trucking. How you doing today?
That's right. These are the things that a lot of people don't want to. They don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? And when you break it down, the way you break it down, it recognizes with people. You know what I mean? Like I keep saying, like with the movement that you want to make it have like a jingle to it, right? Like that's what they do to us, right? You look at these big billboards on the side of the road that if you've been damaged in been in an accident, call this number, and that number will stick, right? And the way you're breaking it down reminds me of like, this is something that's positive, something that you want to intake and about it, 2 o'clock in the morning, wake up in the morning and in the middle of the night and be like, oh, Wild Child's in my head. I mean,
So
because that's the system they designed against us, right? They do the same exact thing. I mean, the little jings of it's my cash now, 867, whatever the heck the number was, it's these things, right? And when you talk, I'm just all like, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm all like, oh, Wild Child, and our kids are starving in the street, or we have money for war, but our kids are starving in the
Tupac.
streets. These
Tupac.
are the things that are just powerful,
Yeah. How about System of the Down?
That's right.
Why can't we work ourselves before we worry about some other country? We can't even feed ourselves here most of the time.
So here's what they do, y'all. Look, L Truck and Ben 1 says, when you go on strike, there has to be repercussions for the truck driver who is driving during the strike. So then I look up, doesn't have a profile, has 11 followers and 69 following. This is probably a person that the global elite or one of the representatives make a fake account and they go into channels like this. And when we're pumping people up, when Wild Child is saying what he's saying, they got to throw in a comment like that, right? To try to scare you, to try to make you be afraid, be compliant. Well, I'm here to tell you, don't be afraid because you, the American citizen, you're the one in charge. You are more powerful than Donald Trump. You are more powerful than Congress and Senate. Why? Because you're the one that's lifting up America. You're the one that's paying taxes. You're the one that's raising a family, the next generation for this great nation. So I'm sorry to be a little upset about that, but L Truck Ben 1, why would you say something like that? We weren't even talking about a trucking strike. But since you want to bring it up, how about if we do strike with everything but non-essential goods? How about if we did that? And I'll say another thing, as a truck driver, as an owner operator, if you book a load, yes, you have to complete that load, but we can all decide tomorrow to not go into work. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. Now, fuel, medicine, gasoline, sure, of course we don't want to strike. I hope that's what you're talking about. But if I had to guess, and I am assuming right now, you're probably working for a global elite or a representative to come in here and try to scare us all. It's not going to work because the American citizen is much more powerful than any global elite, any billionaire. You know, they don't even make money. They steal money off the backs of people that actually give their life, actually spend hours on the road out there, like all of us do. 4,000 miles a week, okay? We spend our whole life in the truck, pretty much like 90%, and we suffer. We are the ones that have actually earned something. We actually have built something. Two types of men. One man actually built something from the ground up, and the other man steals off what the other man has built, or woman. So which one are you? Which one do you want to be? I'm not talking to you, L Truck Ben 1. I'm talking to everyone. What kind of man or woman do you want to be? Do you want to build something with honor and integrity and morals and values and do the right thing for your neighbors, for your people in the United States of America? Or do you want to come up with some fancy, awesome way to steal from truck drivers or nurses or teachers, or come up with some fake house of cards business that is bullshit, that's stealing from people that actually earn with their time and energy on the planet Earth? We all have an expiration date. What do you want to do with your life? I want to do the right thing. I want to do the honorable thing. Well, that can change. That can change. Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm sorry, stuff like that really upsets me because I'm starting, we've been doing live so long. I noticed the algorithm and I noticed, Pete, look at it, now he's gone. Yeah, he's not saying anything now. You didn't like that, did you? Let's see, be unity. We can be free. He says we can be free. We can be free men, but unity is unity. Yeah, I mean, of course. Yeah, we're all free men and women. And by the way, God gives us our rights, not man. Man doesn't give us shit. And don't trust a man or a woman. You can trust God, but don't trust a man or a woman. Don't get mad if your Social Security is gone. Like, I'm 48. I'm not even planning on Social Security. And you know what? I'm not going to be mad. You know why? Because if you give your money to another man, and then you get upset if he steals it or if he launders it or he gets rid of it, don't be upset. Like, you trusted somebody else with your money. If you want your money to be secure, buy gold or silver and hide it somewhere. Dig a hole and hide it. That's the only true way to save or have property. At least then you can maybe defend it. I don't know. Anyways, I'll shut up.
Why should we be in that predicament as Americans?
We shouldn't
We
be.
shouldn't even be
No.
in that
I got
predicament.
an idea that'll wake up America with this whole thing. Start showing everybody where their specific tax dollars have gone to in the government. You start seeing the stupid shit that you're paying for. You're gonna be like, I'm not paying my taxes anymore because I don't want to be paying for some old man's fucking Viagra.
Oh yeah, if we all stop paying for
We're pulling studies. We're pulling studies where we're showing $22 million where they gave it to a college and that never took it back. You know what I mean? Like the thing is if you want to find corruption, you just go on their websites and you look up underneath grants. And then you see, wait a minute, why did we pay for a study for truck parking, and we didn't get no truck parking? Like what they wrote the initial money for was to put truck parking out here, yet none of it went to truck parking. It went to go by, drive by, and see it. Let me tell you something. I'm at the time to where we all have cell phones. We're wanting to put man on Mars and men on the moon, and women. We should be able to get a text message and say, hey, we have allocated, $300 million for truck parking. Where do you want us to put it at? Because that's the way it should be. Instead of it designed to, well, first we got to go find out where the truck parking's at, and then we'll waste all that away, and we'll decide if we want to put it there or not. We should be deciding where it should go, not them.
You know what we should
If our
do?
government gave a shit about its people, I wouldn't be a truck driver. I'd be at home with my kids, sitting on a couch, not doing anything. But instead, I'm out here wheeling my fat ass around in gravel, strapping down loads.
It's okay. You know why, Wesley? Because I don't know about you all, but what I see rolling around these 48 states, talking to dock workers, talking to cashiers, everybody is fed up. Wild Child is not the only one. He just says it in a great way of what I'm hearing all over the country. We're all pissed off. We're all tired. We're all sick and tired of our pursuit of happiness circling the drain and watching all these global elites light us like the other day, right? I'm not prejudiced towards red or blue anymore. I don't trust any of them. I don't even consider myself red or blue. So it really doesn't matter to me personally. But you know what I heard Donald Trump say 2 days ago? He said it just like this. He goes, those flock cameras in all your communities, you guys just need to accept them. And oh, yeah, we're going to make a lot of money. We're going to make a lot of money. America's going to make a lot of money. Oh, and taxes. Taxes are going to come down. Taxes are going to come down, everyone. That's all you hear, red or blue. Red or blue. So if you don't like Trump, don't let them brainwash you anymore that oh he's a Republican or oh he's Donald Trump. No, that's what they want. They want you to keep the hate. Once you get rid of the hate, you get rid of the discrimination, you get rid of the racial crap that they designed, and you start getting to know your fellow American for who they are as a person, not how much money they have, not what color they are. Once you start really getting to know everybody around you, whether it's a cashier, a janitor, a doctor, doesn't matter. You'll start realizing everyday average Americans are like 99% similar, and we're all sick and tired of it. So I actually have hope. I think it's coming real soon. With or without our help or what we're doing here. I do. I think it's coming soon. I think the American people are ready for a complete change of the bullshit that's going on. We're starting to realize that our pursuit of happiness, our dreams are being flushed down the toilet, like Mike Bronze with the Interstate 70, now wanting to charge us 54 cents a mile after we already paid for it in taxes. Are you kidding me? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Anyhow, yeah, stop. That 70s guy says stop.
You tag a truck, it's $550 per unit road use tax, and we can't even get decent roads. We still got to pay tolls on top of that. Your registration fees are so high in your state. Just to operate a business, you have to pay a fee each year. You know, it's sad. It really is sad. I'm so sick and tired of being taxed every which way but loose. It don't make no sense.
You know what, Wild Child?
We're taking care of other countries, and like the gentleman said, we don't even take care of ourselves. But there was a famous saying back in Vietnam on Hill 937. There was an interview done in the A Shaw Valley in Vietnam, Operation Apache Snow. The soldier said to the reporter, don't send your kids to fight wars politicians start. And with that, I'll leave y'all. Have a blessed night.
Later, brother. God bless you. God bless you. So I don't know about all of you, but
Make sure you follow Wild Child.
yeah, everybody here go follow. Everybody here go follow everyone. I'm telling you, get in a community somewhere, somehow. This community is great. We are meeting great people. We are putting people together. We don't gatekeep. We help people out. We make sure that people connect and if somebody has a problem, oh yeah, I know this person or that person. Thank you, country. Appreciate the heart me. So that's what it's all about. Community, following each other, commenting, sharing, all the things, right? Watching the video all the way through. And I'm not saying for my videos, other videos. I'm saying, build communities for yourself. That's what social media wants to see anyway. If you want to grow, you got to play to pay, meaning you have to actually go to other people's, lives and their videos and check them out. And I want to say something real quick to everybody. Has anybody thought, and with that, then we'll do last words or whatever. But 2-3 weeks ago, as truck drivers, we have a lot of time to think, right? We're always thinking in deep thought as we're driving down the road because we're by ourselves, most of us. Has anybody here ever thought If you take a full year and you add up all the hours in the day that you pay for permits, taxes, registration, IFTA tax, calling the insurance guy, starting insurance, stopping insurance, paying your all your bills. Have you ever thought of how much life over 40, 50 years you're actually losing by paying all these things and calling on all the, sometimes you're on hold, you got your what's your pre-pass, something goes wrong, you got to call, you got to get a new one, it gets old, it needs batteries, whatever, you got to call, you're on hold. How much time of our lives are being wasted giving billionaires more billions of dollars? How much time? It's bullshit. Isn't everybody tired of it? This license, that license. Our forefathers never intended for it to become another Britain, to be a corporation like it is now. It is. It's like a corporate. We're just a business. We're like slaves. That's how the whole world looks at us. Thanks for the tax dollars. Thanks for the tax dollars. Thanks for the tax dollars. You think anybody around the world would come here to help us if we need it? And that might happen soon. No, we're going to be on our own. Look at North Carolina. Was it North Carolina or South Carolina that had that crazy storm or whatever that unalived a bunch of people and the government wouldn't let people help them? And I mean, it's time, you guys. You all know what I'm saying. It's time.
We started a war over shit that we are doing to ourselves right now.
Absolutely.
It's time. That's all I'm going to, you all know what I mean. It's time. It's time to put the work away, put the dreams away that are we're never going to achieve anyway. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Nobody's coming to save us. It's got to be us. It's time to act. That's all there is to it. And yeah, maybe you'll lose the car that you've been making payments on for 3 years. But if you act and you work hard for 6 months, a year, and we get everything changed, get off in 2 years. So why not gamble today or tomorrow instead of just lose sleep? Because that's what we're all doing. We're all thing we've ever worked hard for. Am I wrong?
But my thought was, Vince, we sit in sit at these shippers for hours, 7, 8 hours at a time, giving our time away, our life away. Instead of while we're sitting there, why don't we open up the books and start studying and doing research for our industry to fix it? So while we're sitting there, eventually one day, but we don't look at that as a time of, when I talk to people, they say, hey, well, I want to get involved, but I'm always busy. I don't know how to get involved. And it's all like, wait a minute, you're volunteering your time while you're sitting at a shipper. You're not getting paid for it. Take that time while you're not getting paid for it and utilize it. Investigate what our congressmen are doing. Investigate what our industry, what it's lacking, and how we fix it. We really could solve. We could really solve world hunger if we took our time and actually said, hey, you know what? Why are we wasting millions and millions of pounds of food when we could be giving it away to people? Because it's designed to not work for us. They want us out there working and working and working. And I think it's time that we start working and working and working to figure out why we're having to work and work and work. So,
Bingo.
These are the things that I tell people when they ask me. They're like, "How do you do so much research?" And I just look at it.
Because I'm pissed.
I say, man, I just open it up. I don't know how to tell you guys. Like the minute you start opening up and you start looking for answers, and then you're all like, "Oh man, this is like the first 48 hours." Because I'm on the first 48 hours because I'll spend 48 hours just looking up one topic and making sure I have everything documented and down to the science. So, I think people could do a lot more if they just took that time to say, hey, I'm not that busy. What I'm going to invest today is for a brighter tomorrow. So, I mean, that's the way it is.
40,000 a year is what I lose on the hours and the miles that I put in. I estimated I lose about $42,000 a year sitting on the docks. And I actually do pretty well. I have like 3 hours or less. So a lot of people have it worse, but I lose $42,000 a year. You're probably losing about the same. That's probably about a good average for the industry. empty miles, as the crows fly, or zip code to zip code. That was all designed to spend or to gain billions of dollars. Think about it. Just even if you take half of the actual American truck drivers, 2 million truck drivers that are needed for the United States, if you take half of what we have right now, 2 million truck drivers, and you times that by $40,000 a year, how much money is that? And who's getting that money? Because it ain't you. It's not me. So you don't think it was by design. It was by design. And it's a brilliant plan. Everything, human rights, overtime, everything is against the truck driver today. Everything. That is all by design. Anyways, trucking city media. Any last words, brother?
Yeah, I got one. Literally one. 1%. If you look at my video that I uploaded on TikTok, my thumbnail reads 1%. What that represents is simply this. If we live our lives as truckers by the same creed that content creators, those in the film industry, live by, we'd be able to do a lot with that. And by that, what I mean is, if we endeavor to improve our style and those around us and lift up each other by a level of 1% every day, by the end of the year, you'll more than triple your efficiency and your outcome as a result.
I love it.
If we together have the ability to lift each other up by 1%, that by itself will go a long way to helping out a brother. We can band together all day, and we can live under your creed, Vince, Truckers United, and we can all do the same thing that we the truckers do. But if we're not helping each other, if we're not supporting each other, then we are dead weight to each other. So 1% will make every bit of the difference.
Exactly.
And this weekend, I'm going to talk about some things. You want to talk about lifting up?
Nailed it.
I've got an article that I'm going to talk about that looks at a skeptical side of all this legislation that's going on. It's not just a news report. It's a skeptical and analytical look at some of the things we're being told versus some of the things we're missing. I encourage each and every one of you, take a moment, research for yourself what we're going to talk about this Sunday on Front Lines. Because like Sean says, if you take the time to look it up yourself, it don't take much time. All it takes is asking the right questions, and you'd be surprised at the answers you uncover. Asking the right questions is the secret sauce. Because silence doesn't do anything for you. Silence is our enemy. So simply do what you can, speak up, lift a brother up, do your 1%, be the best you can be, help make trucking great again. God bless everybody. Thank you, Vince, for letting me ramble, because I've been quiet the whole time, but
No, which isn't like you normally. So thank you. No, it's an honor having you. It's always an honor. And when is your live scheduled or no on YouTube? I forgot.
well, it hasn't up to now, but I just learned I'm going to do a reset, so I am going to schedule it for 9 p.m. Sunday.
Can I give you some advice?
That's Eastern time. What time?
Yes,
9 p.m. Eastern on what? Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
Okay, everyone. So Sunday, 9 p.m., Trucking City Media on YouTube. It's an awesome show. Sean and I were a part of it last week, and Grumpy Giggles. Maybe he'll have us on again. It's a great show, and this is how we fight back, by uniting, by getting on other shows, having the courage to come up and talk. And you're safe on our channels. We don't allow other people to put you down, insult you, make fun of your ideas. The only stupid question is one not asked. The only idea that's not good is one that is not suggested, because everybody is special. Everybody has great ideas. Are they going to work? I don't know. I've had great ideas. I've had really dumb ideas. So it just depends. You know what I mean? What other people think.
The
Yeah,
nice thing about my show, Vince, I haven't said this up to now, and I don't mean to step on you, but
it's
the
okay.
nice thing about my show is the first part of the show, I bring up the story, I bring up the topic, I get the ball rolling. But the rest of the show,
is for the average trucker. Your voice matters on my show. So the first part is me. The rest is all you. My show, my channel is built for truckers. So I welcome each and every one of you. Right on, brother. Thanks for coming up. Okay. Always a pleasure. No problem. All right, guys. That was Truckin' City Media. Go give him a follow. Great guy. Boss Man is his name. Hold on. Rolling with the Cavalry. Any last words, brother?
I'm just gonna say this: we all gotta stop being sheep and start becoming the sheepdog, because the government is the wolf and they're fucking us up. But we gotta stop being the sheep. Stop letting them run our life. Stop letting them make every decision. We're not in prison. We need to stop acting like we are.
I love it. It's great. Absolutely. All right, brother. Well, thank you for coming on the show. Please come back and visit us. We're live every Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific, and every Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific. It was an honor to talk to you in person. Thank you for coming up. Most people don't come up on video either. That took a lot of courage. So thank you for doing that, man. It was a pleasure meeting you.
And make sure if you're not following him, go follow him. Go follow him. I mean, I've seen his content. It's cool stuff. Most people don't look at the industry and say, hey, you know what? We have people that are out here that they're trying to. You're trying to feed your family, right? That's what you're doing, and it doesn't matter. It gives the empowering of the person to look at your videos and go, man, today I've had a bad day. But then they look at your videos and they're like, well, I'm gonna tell you something. Obviously, I've had a better day than he has, and most people, when they relate to that, it uplifts them. So what you're doing, keep the hard work up. Explaining your story, because that story is touching a lot of lives. And I appreciate you doing what you're doing. I appreciate you making sure that the farm equipment to get out there to make vegetables to feed our family, or my family and Vince's family. If we didn't have you in the industry, what would we be losing with you not being there? So I definitely appreciate you being in it and sacrificing your body for even more to keep American rolling and keeping it strong. So thank you.
I really appreciate that. I mean, like I said, we've had over 3 million views on Facebook from around the world. We've got people in the Middle East. We've got Australians and Britons, Germans, and everybody commenting. And just it's amazing to see how I just do it. I see it as I'm a normal guy doing a normal guy job, and other people see it as an inspiration to get out there and go do something that they think that they couldn't do. Like when I first started doing it in the wheelchair, I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to go find something else to do. I can't do this anymore. And I'm out here doing it, and I love it even more. And I keep going at it, and I hope to inspire some other people who think that trucking's too hard, and show them that hey, it can't be that hard. But we've actually had so many people comment us and talk to us and offer to give us things, and we actually have a lovely woman who's actually going to start making custom safety vests, and I have one that we're going to be dropping that's really funny. I think everybody will like. It's a picture of a skeleton in a wheelchair, and it says, "Why you bitching? I do it just fine." I was gonna tell you. I was going to tell you that you give parents all over the world a great example of quit your bitching, and there are no excuses. Shut up, get your butt to work. You know what I mean? Do something with your life. Do something that you love. Stop complaining. I'm retired. I have a pension. I'm still out here chugging away. I got bored sitting at home. That's why I went to work again. And now I can't afford not to work. So, the world's gone crazy, and I'm here to show people that it's nothing too crazy to, keep on chugging along and doing what you got to do.
Yes. Well, we definitely respect you, and it was an honor for you to come up and come back and see us. All right. And I will send you what's his name? I will call Wayne Campbell, and I'll ask him if it's okay to give you his phone number. I'm sure he'll say yes. You should get in touch with him. He's an awesome guy. I think you guys could do some good stuff together for sure. For sure. All right.
I really appreciate it.
You got it, brother.
Thanks for inviting me, man.
Yep. God bless.
Y'all have a good one.
You too. All right, guys. We were gonna go, but we got one last guest, Mr. Die Hard, the one, the only. You got 3 minutes, big boy. Let's go. How are you? We were ending, but you're worth it, so we're gonna let you sneak in.
Yeah. Well, I just thought I'd check in, man, and see how everybody's doing, see how the efforts are going on your guys' end. You're going good on our side. Our tech stack is sharpening. Our infrastructure is still building at ATC. So we're going to be shortly here. We're going to have some tools for y'all to help y'all assist everybody in being able to organize in an easier way that we don't have to worry about certain language restrictions on platforms such as this. Give us some critical insight to help, let's just say, sharpen our iron against the master's house.
Yes.
Let's do it. So,
Yeah, you missed it. You missed it. I just got a little upset just now with a troll that came on, no profile pic, and he was like, 61 followers, 10 following, and he was like, out of nowhere, we weren't even talking about a trucking strike. He came up and was like, trying to tell us how truck drivers will get in a bunch of trouble if they strike. I wonder who you were. Or who it's like I'm starting to put it, we're starting to put all this crap together, right? Right when we were inspiring people and giving them hope and hey, let's fight together, shoulder to shoulder, be American, you have more power than the government, all this stuff. Right. That's when that comment came in. It's like, no, good try. We're done asking permission. This is our country. Okay? We tell you what to do. Told that I was a paid propagandist today. Uh-huh. By another troll. I'm like, okay, prove to me where the money's coming from. Right. No, it's the global elites getting on here. You don't think they watch? They get on here and they try to shut it down before it even starts. They don't want people to know how powerful they are. They don't want people to know how special they are or their great ideas. Why do you think there's all this poisonous food, right? Sports to keep you, and I'm not judging anybody for anything. Sports, let me waste your time so you don't build a business that could compete with mine. I want to waste every minute of your day. I want to make you work as hard as I can, paycheck to paycheck, for as little as possible, stressed out, paying so many permits and taxes that you don't have time to go against me, right? That's what they're doing. So the infrastructure they have designed it's tilted, right? It's like a chessboard that's tilted. You can't climb it. So what do you have to do? You got to build your own chessboard. You have to build your own alternative infrastructure. So like I said, we're building our tech stack to help out other pieces of alternative infrastructure we're partnered with. I mean, dude, we're building something that people can even separate from the failing dollar and go to a new gold standard. Ooh, that's awesome. So I think I've told you about that before, Vince. I think that's the only way is to put gold and silver in your pocket. I really do. Yeah, and everything else is fake. We have a way that's completely fractional, down to basically a note that's worth $2 and has $2 worth of gold in it. Wow, I'm gonna have to get in on that. I'm gonna have to get in on that. Call me later. You have my number, right? Yeah, I can call you. All right. So I can show people how to replace cash with gold money, sound money. It's not even hard. It's been around since 2019. We have more physical merchants that accept our currency than there are Walmart stores. Can you remember to call me Tuesday? Yeah. And I'll buy some. I'll make some videos on it. I'll buy some. I'll show you. I'll give you the full rundown. We've got more physical merchants that accept the gold backed currency than Bitcoin. I had to, Sean. I'm sorry. Die hard. Yeah. So. All right, brother. This is what it's all about. I mean, honestly, we want to separate from these power structures, this whole top-down mentality in society. Yep. We have to start developing, creating, implementing, participating, and adopting methods of alternative infrastructure. Or you're not going to win. The odds will always be in their favor.
decreasing dependence on what they offer to a more constitutionally sound method of thinking, method of execution, protects our sovereignty and paves the way to protect the future generations, right? There you go.
Amen. Amen. Well, brother, we got to get going. Thanks for coming up, man. And God bless you. We will talk to you later.
You too, man. I'll talk to you Tuesday.
All right, brother. Give me a call. Don't forget. Oh, do you want to be on the big screen or not, Leah? Make up your mind. Here we go. Let's put her on. There we go. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Just waiting for Sean to get off.
Sean, I can't say no. I can't say no. What do you want me to do? I'm not going down that road, bro. Cassidy's here too. It's time to go. All right?
Cassie's at the house too.
It's time to go. All right, we'll wrap it up. Oh, that's funny. All right, Lee, I promise I'm closing down right now, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, bye-bye. All right, guys. That's a little bit of an inside joke. Thank you so much. Yeah, Sean is definitely busted. Yep, that was her way of letting us know. And you know what? I am never going to go against yep.
10 more minutes. 10 more minutes.
I
10 more
know.
minutes.
Sean, say your last words and then go, and then I'll wrap it. Say your last words and go.
Well, for one, now it's going to cost me extra. Now we're going to eat double steak. Thanks, Vince. With dessert.
Don't blame me. I'm not messing with her. I don't mess with women anymore, bro. I just comply. I comply.
You just got to go with the flow. That's the way it works. But no,
Yep.
I just want to tell everybody thank you for coming. It was great. Like I said, guys, the volunteering that we are in the industry while we're waiting to get loaded, time and do our own research. Have research that if you feel like you want to read into it and see, this is how we're going to fix our industry. It's finding the problem, spotting it, and fixing it. And I want to also tell We the Truckers out here, or We the Truckers, the website. If you guys don't know who to email, right? Your representatives, they have a site that is phenomenal. All you gotta do is go on there. You go over, hit the little hamburger lines, and it'll say government. Click on government, and it's gonna pop up every representative, every person that you need to in your state to send that email, make that phone call. Go to their website. You can subscribe to their newsletter. So your representatives are going to email you all the time, so you know what's happening, so you can get involved. What they've done is something that's credible. That it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort. That's what they're doing over here. They're out there volunteering their time to make our industry better. And you gotta. They say the old saying is why reinvent the wheel if the wheel's already been invented? So let's utilize it. They put the time in to create it. Let's use that to reach out. Have a problem in our industry, and it's not a small problem. We have multiple problems. So while we're looking, the 250 Build American Act is coming September 30th. It's going to pass regardless whether we want it or not. It has to pass. So these are the things that, with the tools that we have in place, that you can utilize and say, hey, I'm not for what's about to come down the pipeline. The next 10 years is sculptured off of what they're going to pass in this bill. And you know how it is. If they pass a bill, it's hard to change it. It's hard to amend it. It's hard for us to say after it's too late. And that's the problem with American people right now that we've been doing. We wait till it's too late. We look at flock cameras, right? We didn't stop it in the beginning. We stopped it when there was millions of them. This is something that we need to really, really, in our industry, say, hey, you know what? Let's stop it before it becomes a problem. Because right now, it's not a problem. It's in there. We have the power to get it out of it and utilize that money where it's supposed to be and dedicate it to where it belongs. If not, give it back to the people, right? Give it back to the truck drivers. We could utilize that money to help pay for our mortgage, help pay for the things that we have. Why are we giving it to a government that's wastefully spending it and deciding on where they want to spend it at? I'd rather decide where I want to spend my money, you know. And I can tell you, I always need new toys. Everybody on this in this live will say that. So with that being said, I mean, I think we all should start, you know, investigating and doing our own research and use the tools that's there. I mean, they're built for it. So, again, this is not our channel. It's your guys' channel. It was amazing live. Thanks for spending your time on Friday night and listening and learning. You know, we had a lot of great information. We had a lot of topics that we were going to go over tonight.
I know we didn't even cover them.
It's not our channel. It's your guys' channel. So, you know, this is why we believe this is your guys' channel. We didn't even go over what we were going to say. And that's great because we had some amazing, good voices that now can power their voices and know how to use them. So, but that last thing I would say, if anybody's watching, what we're doing right now, we have built a research team that is going to be unstoppable. And what I'm going to tell you guys, there is change coming because we're not going to give up. And if any governor official that is watching in on this live tonight, if you're doing something wrong, I encourage you to stop wasting our money because I and our team are going to personally find out how you've been wrongfully spending it, and we're going to expose you. That is our 250 move. So, with that saying, Vince, I'm going to leave it to you. Make sure you guys open up a door for a truck driver. Say hello. Welcome them in because what you say may change may save their life. So, yeah, we're
For
done.
sure. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, brother. We appreciate all your hard work. Hey, hang on, Mike. We appreciate all your hard work, Sean, and you know what you got to do right now. So she's waiting for you. So I'm going to kick you off for the first time ever because I know I have to. And we will talk later, man. Thank you for all your hard work, Sean. We really appreciate you. God bless you. Later. All right.
Thank you, son.
Appreciate
Trucker. What's up, Mike? How are you? We're closing down shop,
I
but
just want to put it out there that
yeah.
the website is free. Everything on there is free for you to go into and look at the entire website. The email sign up is just for new things coming out, changes that we're making. You are not, I repeat, you are not going to get bombarded with 1,000 emails a week on garbage. Okay. It's free to sign up. It's just new stuff coming out, so you know can keep a track on what's going on and everything. And our new page is opened up behind the wheel. It is up and running. So I'm gonna let Jane tell you about that page right quick. But it is up and running. We just got done testing it. It's working.
Yes.
Okay, it's actually called the Truck Stop.
Oh, there you go.
The behind the wheel page has been up for a couple weeks now, and that's where you can find articles from advocates and not just advocates. We have a couple other people as well that have submitted the articles. But we have a brand new page. It's kind of just a fun page to go to, or anybody in the industry. And you can go to a marker on the map and then put in a little comment. You can say, you've been years. You can say something that you like or dislike about the industry. There's no rules to it. You don't have to click on your home. You can click on something nearby, but it's just a way to bring everybody into the truck stop and put your marker on there.
What is it called again, Gene?
The truck stop.
The truck stop. Oh, it's right at the top. It's right at the top there, the truck stop. Right when you get into the page, it's right at the top. You press it, the truck stop. Easy as peasy. The truck stop. Cool. I'm gonna go fill this out. Awesome.
And then you just click on any spot in the map,
and then you scroll down and fill out the information right there, and then hit send, and a little truck will pop up on the map. Like just say you don't do your house, you can do like the mall down the street or the 7-Eleven, and it'll put a little semi tractor on the map right where you clicked, and you can go around and click on the other trucks. Like if you come over to Phoenix,
Yeah.
there's 2 trucks on the map. You can click on those, and it'll tell you who they. Yeah, there you go.
That's cool. There's 3 actually. So someone else has already done it too. There's actually 3 now in Phoenix. Cool. Well, you're about to get one from Reno. So, well, but I'm in Temple City. I don't know if that'll pinpoint me here, but
It'll probably pinpoint you where you're at because it's I believe it's based off of Google Maps or something.
okay.
But you can
Awesome.
you can move the marker wherever. You don't have to put it
And wait,
exactly.
does it say who you are? Like it'll bring me up or no?
You well, after you pick the spot on the map,
Yeah.
you scroll down and there'll be a spot where you put your name, and
Yep.
then there'll be another spot where you can put a comment.
I see it. Yep.
Yeah, just fill the form out.
Okay. It's easy.
And you don't have to put your actual name. You can put your CB handle, you know.
Okay.
You can put Vince Truckers Unite now.
I like it. I like it. I'm gonna do that actually. Vince Truckers Unite now.
We just got that page up and running like 10 minutes ago. So
Perfect, man. You guys got great timing. Truckers Unite now. So everybody, truckers, check this out. This will be a good pitch for me too. To when I'm passing out business cards, I can be like, "Hey, check it out." I'll carry my iPad with me. Actually, next time, I'm gonna carry my iPad with them and just show them the site.
and then when you go down to the third box down there below where the grid coordinates pop up, that's where you put in like, you know, you can put in like I've been driving for 12 years. You know, this is what I don't like. This is what I like about trucking, or you know, anything.
Whatever you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Very cool, you guys. Great
And
thinking.
as soon as you click the not the robot and hit send or whatever that button is down there, you'll up.
Add marker. Let's see. Yep, please. Okay, so you have to check a box to prove you're not human and then add the marker and then you're in. Whoa.
Yeah.
Very cool, you guys. Very cool. I like it. That's fun, you know? So use it, we're gonna see all over the place. That's cool.
Go to where he's at, babe.
Well, I haven't done, let me do I'll do the bio real quick. Hold on. Short bio.
Okay.
Let me.
Let's see who the third truck person is that clicked in Phoenix.
Oh, that's you. I gotta delete it.
Oh.
Oh, that's not showing up here.
Refresh. Maybe because you didn't refresh it.
Let's see. I'm a truck driver of 12 years.
No, that's the one I
A
did.
trucking advocate and patriot. To the people of the United States. Oop. Let's
You don't
see.
have to do it right now, and if you don't want.
No, I want to because I want you guys to see it. And I'll say some fun. Keep the shiny side up and the dirty side down. And God bless. And then I will put some fun emojis. I always do my 2 flames, right? Got to do that. And we'll do the American flag everywhere. Do. Please click. I'm not a human. Add marker. Okay. I added the marker. It's at, wait. Oh, it stopped already. Okay. So now, oh, look at. I don't know if you can, wait.
Hit refresh on our map, babe.
No, it's already there. See, your guys' is in Arizona, and then mine's way north. Yeah. Cool.
So we gotta cover this whole map with drivers.
Yep. Reno. Awesome. You know, I should have put a off address in Reno because, like, if 10 drivers put it in Reno, is it gonna be all right there?
It will, that I can go in and shove it over to the right or left
Oh,
a little bit.
to show how many there are. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well,
Ben,
see, if you just leave the grid coordinates in there, it'll put it where you click. We did one the other day where we erased the grid coordinates for me and typed in Phoenix,
yeah.
and it moved me to Phoenix instead of where I put where I actually clicked.
Well, that's perfect. I'm right above Reno City Hall, so that's good. That's great. Right where I want to be, City Hall.
There you
Perfect.
go. The mayor of Reno, Vince Fazio.
I'm thinking about it, bro. As soon as my daughter is a little older, I am running for office because I will create a like a some kind of petition or something where the people can just tell me what to do. And regardless how I think, I'll do what the people tell me to do. I thought that's what a representative was supposed to do. I thought that's what our constitution was all about. As a representative, you represent the people, not your interest, their interests. But that's not what's happening, right? Hey, you guys, what color seal do you want? I got all kinds here. I have these because see, I got a metal one. I got a bolt seal. I have oh, that's what I have.
Seals are freaking expensive.
Oh, I have a whole bag of them. Yeah. Um, so my dad, like 2 years ago, we were talking about all these, and he's like, I would love to have some. Will you bring me like a selection of them? So I kept collecting them as I go. Most places tell me to put on the seal. They just give it to me. So I just throw it in the truck, unless it's like high value or something. I just throw it in the truck, put my lock on it, and I keep it if I need them. I have a bunch of extra. Oh, I got this one. That's a good one. Google uses these. Yeah, cable seal. Yeah. I need to get a little cordless grinder. I got to get a cordless grinder soon for this. Because even the bolt seals. Yeah.
No. Go to Harbor Freight.
Mm-hmm.
They have battery operated bolt cutters.
Wow. Well, like a hand one? You just
The places that they're handheld. They're probably 14 inches long. They run off a rechargeable battery, and they're all the places we go to. That's what they come out there with. They don't have the actual man-handled bolt cutters. They got the electric ones, and I think the guy said they got theirs at the one place got theirs at Harbor Freight.
I saw those one time. Just it was like a hand thing, and he comes up and it goes and it just cuts it right off.
Yep.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
I'm gonna go get us one.
Yeah. But bam. All right, guys. Well, we're going to get out of here. Thank you for coming up and sharing that with us. I appreciate it. And thank you for the video, Jane. That was awesome. That was a good clip. That was a good clip.
Everybody go check out the website. It's free. It's for anybody. I mean, you can be working at the cash register at the truck stop. You can be working at 7-Eleven downtown.
See, and I want to.
It's free for anybody and everybody to go check it out. And
Yeah, and I want to say this one story, right? People don't think that they can make a very big difference, but that's not true. That's what the globalists, that's what our representatives want you to think. And I'll give you an example. The 25 truck drivers that I gave them a business card yesterday, right? And I not only gave them a business card, but I talked to them for 45 seconds, a minute and a half. And I let them know how valuable they are and how much they're appreciated. And I let them know I gave them hope. Hey, we are uniting driver by driver. We can beat the globalists, the government. We can tell them what to do. If we unite, if we all get together, I gave people hope, right? At the beginning of the conversation, there was depression in most drivers' faces. And by the time I was done talking to them with my hyper, they were excited. They were like, oh, maybe we can make a difference. So those 25 people, probably 15 of them, right? Realistically, probably 15, hopefully 20 of them really went to the website, they checked it out, right? And more importantly, how many other drivers are they going to tell about the website that is genuinely for truck drivers, not about profit, but about moving the ball, bringing the goalpost closer to us, to each individual, right? It's not just for one person. It is for all of us to unite, to get together, to actually move closer to us. Less regulation, more money to get the boot that's on our throat off, right? So the more we spread the message, the more we gain our brotherhood back, our sisterhood back, the more we do become family. Because let's be honest, who cares about the truck drivers more than truck drivers, right? We're all we have, right? Brokers, they write down everything we do. They stick together, right? They red flag us if we do something wrong. Anything you do wrong, anything you say on the phone with a broker or the mega carrier, they write everything down in their computer, right? They band together. That's why they're so powerful. So if we do the same thing, if we band together, as we band together, we will once again be on the top of the mountain, and we will tell them what to do. We tell FMCSA what we are and aren't willing to do. We are the ones that should be building the safety standards for schools. Not all of us, but those of us with, 2, 3 million miles of experience, those are the men and women that should be up in FMCSA writing legislation and being congressmen and senators and, being at the ATA and the FMCSA. All of those people that are in those positions right now, none of them have even driven a truck. So you wonder why our industry is getting shittier and shittier by the day. It's because we are allowing it to. And it was hard for me to swallow that pill, but it's the truth. So let's unite. I have homework for everybody. If you want to, just once a day, when you see a truck driver at the truck stop, just introduce yourself. Bump, give them a high five, say, hey, how you doing? I'm Vince. How you doing, man? Hey, thanks for everything you do, man. Appreciate it, brother. We got to stick together. Hey, sister, we truck drivers got to stick together, man. Keep doing keep fighting the good fight. All right, later. Just make a comment, say something, start being friendly with each other. Let's be friends instead of like just grabbing our phones and recording when something bad goes wrong and then we all laugh about it. No. How about let's help that person? Put down the phone and help that person instead. You don't really hear that anymore. But if we have that kind of an industry, let's show the whole world what unity really looks like. Look what the Canadians did during the pandemic when they all got together and they fought. Now they didn't win that little fight that they started, but they sure did cause national attention, didn't they? And not only that, that wasn't even a lot of them. If it was every Canadian truck driver, there's nothing anybody can do. Of us are united. What? The world is our oyster. And I don't mean in a dictative way. I mean for what's fair, right? What's fair for all of us. Jane, you got any last words? Mike? Jane, you got any last words?
I got one thing. The reason I say this website is for everybody, no matter where you work at. Every business out here, how does their stuff get delivered? 7-Eleven, it comes by semi. Home Depot comes by semi. Kroger's, it comes by semi. Kohl's comes by semi truck. The little mom and pop restaurant, their food comes by truck. Every business out there deals with truck drivers every single day. So they see what's going on out here because these guys that come in there on a regular basis, they talk to their customers. We talk to our customers that we see all the time. So, that's why I say it's for everybody, because everybody is tied to the trucking industry.
Absolutely.
One
way or another.
So,
yeah.
Thank you, Vince, and you're doing. Love you guys. Take care. Be safe out there, okay?
Love you guys too.
Everything you guys are doing is phenomenal. It's wonderful and everything. So we just got to keep it up.
Thank you, brother.
Positive.
Thank you, sister. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you guys. All right. See you later.
Bye now.
All right. Have a good one, Vince.
All right, brother.
Bye.
Later, Jane. All right. Later. All right, guys. That was We the Truckers themselves coming up. It is a great website. Check it out when you get a second. And please tell other people about this website. It's not about money. It's about support. It's about unity. It's about actually moving the ball in a direction that benefits us, right? No one's coming to save us. It's got to be us. So Thank you for watching. Y'all are amazing. I love you guys. You're great. Your family here. You're safe here. Nobody's going to disrespect you or put you down for anything here. Remember that always. Yeah, remember to open up a door for a truck driver. Say hello to a truck driver. Say thank you for what you do, truck driver. I mean, not a lot of people hear that nowadays, right? You'd be surprised how positivity and kindness will go. I know it sounds cliche, but it's true. If we don't like the current state of the way things are, how do we fix them? We fix them. You fix them. I fix them. Talk is cheap. Action is everything. So let's do it. That's why we do these lives. That's why I did the live yesterday handing out the business cards, and I'm going to keep doing that to show you guys action, not just words. Because I can sit here and talk all I want, but what are we actually doing, right? We're getting out. We're protesting in Indiana. We're going to DC. We're talking to the Triangle owners out of Portland, right? We're actually doing something. Is it working? Yes, it is creating a dent, but we need more people to create dents. I guarantee you, you watching right now, you have a great idea in your mind. You have a great vision in your mind of something that will work. I guarantee you, you do. I know you do. Elites aren't going to tell you that. They're going to tell you to work. Go watch sports. Just go watch TV. Go doom scroll, right? Entertain yourself. Enjoy something. All we do when we just enjoy ourselves all day long, all we're doing is creating like laziness in ourselves. And it's really bad for you. It's better to work hard doing something for the greater good. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you that tapped the screen, commented, shared, watched the live. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you for helping us grow. We really appreciate all of you guys. And I'm obviously talking to you guys too on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Thank you so much for watching. I'm trying to figure out a way right now to roll the camera over on TikTok so y'all can see the people that are coming on the show, so that it's not just looking at me, because I know that can get boring. Like, who wants to look at me all day, right? You want to see other people and engage with them. So I'm working on that right now. Don't forget, we have our barbecues every 15th of the month where we go back and forth with the camera, and the big screen shows whoever's talking to drivers. We have our lives every Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Fridays, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're live on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and X. Thank you so much for watching. A truck driver is supposed to be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. And on my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and our beautiful country, to keep ourselves physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verses 13 through 14 says this: Be on your guard, stand still in the faith, be courageous, be strong, do everything in love. Thank you so much for watching. Keep the shiny side up and the dirty side down. Follow and subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, we are a team here. There is no I in team, it's we. God bless you. Have a great night. Thank you for all the gifts, the heart me's. Thank you for joining the team, and God bless you. Peace.